What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Today we got a 2002 Buick Century. If you guys got Buick Regal Century 2003, 2002, and this is the setup, and your AC, we found a leak in this AC system right down there. And I do have a UV testing light. I showed all that. But what we're gonna do is I am gonna take off a couple of components. So I am gonna take off this 13, this 13, this 13, this mount should go away. Same thing here, 1, 2, 3, this should go away. Just lift it up, put it up here. You're gonna see me do all that. You're not gonna see me this part, but once it's all done, I'm gonna take out the battery. I'm gonna take off this, and this, throw out the battery, because what my idea here is, if I can push this whole system, the radiator and the fans, back a little bit, I should be able to access the AC condenser, which is sitting right in front of the radiator. But on this side, it might give me a trouble, so I might have to take off this upper hose, but that's as we go along. We're not gonna go to that point yet, but let's begin this job. Let me take off a few things, and then we shall continue and see how things go from there on. Everything is just covering everything. I'm pre-loosened this, so don't expect these to be that loose as I'm doing this. And they're 13 millimeters. This one is long up on the top over here, so make sure you pay attention to that. So you see this pre-loosened. I'm never gonna get that out of there from one. Oh, I'm out of juice. I'm gonna have to charge this baby. All right, let me go charge up and switch batteries maybe. Back in business. There you go, we got some power. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I am gonna keep them together over there. I still need to take off these two. Let me knock out this one. And then we got one over here. And this one, same thing, is longer. The top one is longer. Let's put this right here. So I do need to get that off, and the mount should go away. Let's take this one. Oh, we got like a little retainer here, just a little clip. You can just push it right through, squeeze it, and push it right through. Let's put this right there. I'm gonna take out the battery. The battery should have number 8 and a number 8, and then all the way down you have a 13. Over here, I'm gonna take this off. Don't worry, the engine is not gonna fall. Don't be scared. Just make sure your bolts doesn't break, because over time these bolts does get rusted. So let me get both of these off, and then once they're off, we'll lift up the mounts. Okay, so got all the bolts off. Check this out. This thing just lifts up and goes back. Lifts up and goes back. And the engine should be able to move around unless your mounts are broken, but that's about it. So right off the back, what we're gonna do is disconnect the battery, number 8, and number 13 down there. Let's knock out that 13 down below, and we should be able to fish this guy out of there. This is the battery holder here, so it's very important that you put this back. So make sure you keep it the same way, and just put your bolt right there, just like that. I'm gonna go get number 8. We're gonna remove these two, and the battery should just lift out. Just be careful with your radiator neck. We're gonna disconnect the battery. So number 8, when you tighten this, take it very easy. You do not want to strip the inside of the battery. Make sure you go very gentle putting this back together, and it comes right off. And you're gonna do the same thing here. And I should be able to pull out this battery by just turning it to one side. If not, I might have to take out this fuse box out of the way. All right, I'll get this guy off somehow, some way. And this thing, so I'm gonna have to put my camera down and just push this with one hand, because my other hand is okay. You know what, there you go. Comes right off. and leave it there. A lot of people say don't put the battery down. Hey, 1 hour is not gonna hurt me. I'll put a cardboard underneath. All right, so now we should have much more space to push this forward, and let's see how things go. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna disconnect this fan. I'm gonna pull out this fan completely. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just pull it off. It's a tough call. Why don't I try taking off these two and see if the condenser gives me a space, and if it doesn't, then I might go further. It's a tough call, very tough. All right guys, just want to update you guys. Who took up the whole box, duct pipe, sensors, vacuum line, temperature sensor. This was inside the box, air filter housing. So you take off the duct pipe first, then the little guy right there, then the computer comes out, and then the rest of the housing here pops up. So I took off the radiator fan and the condenser. I'm sorry, the radiator fan and the radiator together. Radiator does have two transmission lines, one right there, one right there. I popped off the two little retainers of those lines right there, and the lines does have like a little plastic sleeve. You pop that, or you just pull this off right from the neck, and took off the battery tray as well. So you gotta take out the battery tray as well. The transmission lights are clicked on in the bottom, but I tried to take out the fan separately, but there was something here. There was a clip here. You see this clip is bothering me right there. But anyways, you got the transmission lines stuck in here. The connector come out, upper hose. I just let the whole thing go into a bucket, and there you go. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off this little guy, and then there's a one line below, that's a screw on, that's like a twist on. Let me show you that right there. Doesn't look pretty, but it is what it is. And all you do is you push this forward, and there's a rubber mount right there. It just comes right off, and I'm gonna take this off and replace it with a new one. Okay, so we got our condenser here, and this is AC Telco. There's the part number, and it is almost $200 my cost. It's probably gonna cost you a little bit more, but what I did was I took off the 13 of the line here. That's that goes right up on the top right there, but the other one is a screw-on line. I used adjustable wrench and a 20 millimeter goes on the condenser side, and I just budged it with this adjustable wrench, and it does have a seal on, so make sure you pay attention to the seal and the seal here. And that is it took me good like 2 hours. I had to dismantle everything. That I didn't want to do all that. I thought I would just push the thing back and the thing would come out, but too much stuff over here. The line wasn't gonna come out because that bazooka you have right there in that corner is not gonna come out. But anyway guys, a lot of tools I use: 10 millimeter, 8 millimeter gear wrench, ratchet, 13 millimeter, mostly it's 13. And this is all the tools I use. I use a couple of flathead screwdriver to unscrew the air duct pipe there. The pick is on this side, and I use a plier here, and the pick was used to pick out these little clips from the radiator transmission lines. That's everything. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And I did use that pry bar just to budge the little line, transmission line. Anyways, thank you for watching. So this is what the finished job looked like. Nice and neat. Everything is back together. Take your time. Make sure you lock up the radiator hoses. Make sure your fan connector is back and plugged. I am going to be putting antifreeze in, and there is a bleeder valve here. I am going to open this, and when I put antifreeze in, it should start to bubble out from right here. And once it bubbles out, you're going to hear air. It's going to hiss, and then you're going to see solid liquid coming out, and that's when you're going to close this up, and you're going to be all done. Make sure your transmission lines are in. Make sure this line right here is in. Batteries in. Batteries locked down. 13, 13, 13, and same thing on this side. The mounts for the transmission are in. Did I just say transmission? For the radiator, the fan's in, and we're all done.